Hello everyone. In this video I am going to take 4 more numericals from your lesson motion, and in this video I am going to discuss about the numericals which are given in your NCERT back exercise page number 112. Today I am going to discuss 4 numericals, first 4 numericals 1, 2, 3, 4 with you in this video. So let's start with our first numerical. An athlete completes one round of a circular track. Suppose it is a circular track and athlete completes one round. You have to keep in mind this thing. One round of circular track of diameter 200 meter. The diameter of this circular, suppose this is the center of the track, let this be O, and the diameter is 200 meter. What will be the distance covered and the displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? In this question, we are given that time taken to complete one circular round is 40 seconds. So, what will be the distance and displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? Children, let's start. Time to complete one round is 40 seconds. Distance S we need to find out. Displacement also we need to find out at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds. If I take the time, total time is 2 minutes 20 seconds. So if I have to convert, I cannot use minutes as my unit for time. I have to change into seconds. 2 minutes 20 seconds has come to 140 seconds. So here I have done the division of 140 seconds in this way. 140 seconds, why have I done in this way? Because I know it 140. Why have I taken 40 here? Because it has already given me, I am already given the information in the question that time taken to complete one circular round is 40 seconds. So according to me, 40, I have done the division. 40, 40, 40, that is 120, and 20 more is 20. 20. Then the time will come to 140 seconds. So at the end of first 40 seconds, how much distance will it cover? One round. At the end of second 40 seconds, again one round. Third 40 seconds, again one more round. Another 20 seconds, half round. In all, how many rounds the person or the athlete has covered? Athlete has covered 3 and half round. 3 and a half, that is 3.5 round. So total distance covered by the athlete, we know that distance in case of a circular track is equal to 2 pi r, the circumference, that is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r and is the one round, and it has covered 3.5 round. So 2 pi r into 3.5 I will get the distance. 2 pi's value 22.7 I have taken, r is 100 because diameter is equals to 200 meter and r is d upon 2, that is 100 meter. So then I have solved it and I got distance, the distance covered is 2200 meter. And what about the displacement? We know that displacement is the shortest distance between initial and final position. Initial position is A. At the end of, suppose it has started from this position. After completing one round, the person has reached here. Then started for second round, completed and came here. Then started the third round, completed and came here in 120 seconds. Again, what about rest 20? If it takes 40 seconds to complete one round, how much time, like in 20 seconds, how much will it cover? Half round obviously. So diameter at the end of 140 seconds, the athlete is at this position. So initial and final, shortest distance between initial and final position, that is 200 meters. So in this case my displacement is 200 meter. Children, this way we solve the numericals of circular track. Now let us switch over to our second question. Joseph jogs from one end A to other end B of a straight 300 meter road. The road is 300 meter straight and the person or Joseph jogs from A to B, that is 300 meter, and time taken by him in this is 2 minutes 30 seconds. 2 minutes 30 seconds. Time 2 minutes 30 seconds. That is equal to 120 plus 30, that is 150 seconds. And from A to B, then what happens? And then turns around and jogs 100 meter back. Then he thinks to come back. He jogs 100 meter and comes to at point C. Then how much time? In another 1 minute. It took him 1 minute. T1 was 150 and T2 was 1 minute, that is 60 seconds. T2 is 60 seconds. What are Joseph's average speed and velocity in jogging from A to B and A to C? Children, in this case, we have to find out 4 things. The first thing is, we have to find out average speed when Joseph jogs from A to B, average speed, as well as in this case, we need to find out average velocity also. Similarly, we have to find out Joseph's average speed and velocity in moving from A to C. Now, in first case, average speed is equals to total distance from moving A to B when he is moving only from A to B. The total distance is 300 and time taken is 150 seconds here. So, that is 2 meter per second is the average speed. And average velocity, we know that average velocity is equals to displacement of upon time. So, displacement in this case, as in this case we need to find out. We are not going to find out the average velocity from A to C. We have to find out first the average velocity from A to B. So I will stop here only. In this case, that initial and final distance is same, that is 300. Time again taken same, that is 150. In this case, average speed and average velocity is same, that is 2 meter per second. And now let's see when it moves from, then it thinks to come back and it reaches at point C, that is 100 meter again, 100 meter more, and time taken is 60 seconds. Now from A to C, how the person has come from A to C? It has started from A, gone to B, and then it started moving back to C. So in this whole exercise, what is the total distance? 300 plus 100, that is 400, and time taken 150 already from here to here, and for this 100 meters 60 seconds more, that is 210. Therefore average speed is equals to 400 upon 210, that is equals to 1.9 meter per second. And what about average velocity in this case? We know that now Joseph has stopped at this point. And what is the distance between initial and final position? If total track was of 300 meter and he has covered 100 meter, what will be this? 200 meter. So in this case, average velocity is equal to displacement upon time. Displacement in this case is 200 meter, and time taken again, time is same, that is 210. Now I got the answer 0.95 meter per second. This is the displacement. In this case, you can see that distance is different and displacement is different. So average speed and average velocity are different in this case. I hope it is clear. Let us switch over to our third question. Abdul, while driving to school, computes the average speed for his trip to be 20 km per hour. Abdul goes to school and the speed for his trip from his home to his school is 20 km per hour. On his return trip along the same route, he uses the same route to come back to his home. There is less traffic, and in this case, he has got the average speed of 30 km per hour. What is the average speed for Abdul's trip? Children, in this case, we are simply given average speed from home to school and average speed from school to home. Only two things are given. How are we going to find out the average speed of the whole trip? To find out the average speed, we need total distance and total time. Let's see how we are going to find out. Let us assume that the school is at a distance of x meter, and time taken to reach school is t1, that is t1 second. So in this case, average speed we are given, average speed while going to school is 20 km per hour. Average speed while going to school is equals to x upon t1, that is 20 is equals to x upon t1. If I take t1 to this side, I get t1 is equals to x upon 20. Therefore, time taken to, now first time I got this, time taken to come back from school is t2. If time taken to go to school was t1, now I have to consider another time unit, because this time the speed is less but the distance is same, because whatever the distance of school was from home, same will be the distance from school to home. It cannot change, distance cannot change. So what will change in this case if the speed is different? That means time will change. So I have to take time then t2, but the distance I will take as x only. So average speed while coming back was 30 km per hour. So average speed is equals to x upon t2, that is 30 is equals to x upon t2. I take t2 this side, I get t2 is equals to x upon 30. X upon 30 I got. So total distance during the trip, total distance x and x, that is 2x. Total time taken t1 plus t2, that is x upon 20 plus x upon 30. I will take the LCM and I have got the value of x as total time x upon 12, or you can say 1x upon 12. So therefore average speed, now I have got total distance, I have got total time. Average speed is equal to total distance upon total time, that is 2x upon x upon 12. When I solve it, I will cancel this x and x, I will take 12 here, I will cancel x and x. Now I will get average speed as 24 km per hour. Now let us switch over to our last question, that is fourth question. A motorboat starting from rest, it means its initial velocity is 0. So I have taken u as 0. On a lake, accelerates in a straight line at a constant rate of 3.0 meter per second square. Rate we know, acceleration. So acceleration in this case is 3 meter per second square. For 8 seconds, it took 8 seconds to accelerate at this speed. So we need to, how far does the boat travel during this time? We need to find out how far, we need to find out the distance. In this case, we are given u, we are given a, we are given t, we need to find out s. Which equation is suitable in this case? We do not have v, so we cannot use third equation of motion. First is out of box question. Now what is left? Second equation of motion, that is s is equals to ut plus half of at square. U we know 0, t is 8 plus half into a is 3, t square 8 into 8. On solving I got 96 meter. So the distance travelled by the boat in this time period, that is 8 meter per second, 8 second is 96 meter. Children, I hope it is clear. In next class, we'll start our new chapter, and rest of the questions of this exercise I'll let you know which are to be done. Okay, thank you.